Should you ever pay to be on a podcast? And here is my honest answer. My mentees, my clients ask me this all the time. They've been offered a podcasting opportunity. Should they pay to be on there? Now, here's the thing. The production cost alone will cost that person money. If you can go on that podcast and be exposed to their audience, right, that they've put together for you, yeah, they put the production together, and all you've got to do is show up, talk about yourself, your product, your service, and the cost is sensible. Look at it as a marketing cost with no potential ROI. That's how I would look at it, right? Because you can't always quantify immediately what you're going to get from a podcast. I've been on so many podcasts, and people have come up to me later. Oh, the first time I saw you was on this person's podcast or that person's podcast. So it helps with branding and recognition, and you're stealing from other people's audiences, right? So my honest answer is it depends on how much they're charging you for the podcast as to whether you should pay to be on that person's podcast or not, because there is some value in their audience. They may buy from you. That may be where you get your next customers from, right? But also, that might be that extra credibility that you need because you've gone on somebody else's podcast. But also now you've gone on the podcast, and what I advise my clients and mentees to do is ask them for the content and then post it yourself. So they will post 2 or 3 clips across their channels, so on and so forth. And then it's up to you to then do the rest. Get somebody to edit it up. So here's what I would do to qualify whether you should pay or not. First of all, how many people do they have in their audience? Instagram, Facebook, TikToks, all the places. Ask them, where do they plan on posting the podcast or the recording? Is it on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube? Understand where their audience is and where the numbers are hitting. Then, who are they? What is their brand credibility? Why would you want to be affiliated with them? Would it be good for you to be affiliated with them and associated with them? Does that help you and help your brand? That's a key consideration. Like, who is doing the asking? How well is it produced? Have you seen the production value before? Have you seen how they put things together? What kinds of questions do they ask? You don't want to be going to an interview where they're asking the wrong questions. Now, is the podcast the type of podcast that you want to be associated to? Does it make sense? Is it like, cool. Then you have to ask the type of audience they have. So the demographic, male, female, age, location. Will this audience even be interested in yours? Because you're not going to get 10% of the people just come in to buy a product. Unless you're going on like, one of the big boys. Yeah. If you're not going on to a Stephen Bartlett, if you're not going on to a Joe Rogan, like, it's not going to have the same impact as going on to some of the other platforms, right? So you have to take that in consideration. Don't be like, I'm going to spend thousands of pounds on this. So personally, to date, I've never been asked to pay. Have I? I don't think so. I've never been asked to pay to be on a podcast. But I know the value I bring to the marketplace, and I know the different content pieces I can talk about. I know the different information I can talk about. So perhaps that's the reason why I haven't been asked to pay. But my mentees, who perhaps some of them perhaps haven't got the same personal brand, have been asked to pay to be on a podcast. And I say, do the measurements. Does it make sense? Does it make financial sense? Is it part of your marketing budget? Is this person the type of person you want to even have a photo with, and so on and so forth? Is there a relationship to be built thereafter? And ultimately, the key question is, if you get an ROI, how many people need to buy from you? So does your back end, is it strong? So when people start following you, bang, what's going to happen? You got the automation in place, you got the mini chat in place. Have you got these things in place? Then are you strong? You've got a strong sales team. Or are you going to jump on the calls? Are you giving them a free lead magnet? What are you doing in the call to direct people to come and buy and consume from you? Can you deliver on the spot? Pitch it rich. Listen, if you are interested in entrepreneurship, if you are an entrepreneur, if you think you've got the pitching skills and you are highly competitive and you want to have some fun, go and check out our game, Pitch It Rich. You're going to love it. And the last thing I'll say this is, as they say online, or as we've heard, is you got to be ready for the comments, right? Like, you got to be internet ready. because the comments are savage. They're savage. You're like, bro, what did I do to you? What did I do to you? Like literally, like you got to be ready, thick-skinned. And I know you get a million likes, but that one bleep who says, "Look at you with your big forehead," that's the one that you remember for the whole evening. So be ready for the internet to come and start, giving you reality check in life. So that's my honest opinion on whether you should pay to be on a podcast or not. I think there are enough podcasts. So I would prefer you increase your value in the marketplace by something that you've done or achieved and then get invited for free. Or alternatively, get paid to be on the podcast, depending on who you are and what you achieve. Because people will be charging. They know that they create views. Sensational, right? So create a better and more improved personal brand, and then let the podcast come to you. So that's it. That's my opinion. If you would like me to do a strategy on how to get onto podcasts, DM me, or comment the word podcast, and I will. Comment the word podcast, and I'll do a whole strategy on how you get onto podcasts. Until next time, on the hot seat here with me. And before I go, if you're at the end of this video and you have not subscribed, get out of here. Come on. Quick subscribe. No long thing. Okay? Thank you so much. Until next time.